3 months since the teenager vanished in the middle of the night from the Tennessee home where he was living with his mother and his stepfather. Seth Rogers, the teenager's father, made the call Sunday at a vigil for the boy, asking for the FBI to step in as the lead investigative agency. Sebastian was missing on the morning of February 26th, and despite a few hopeful clues that turned out to be false, there have been no signs of the boy anywhere. The Sumner County Sheriff's Office is heading up the search, but Seth says the department has shown no sense of urgency in trying to find his son. He says people have told him they reported evidence to the department, but then got no response back. The Sheriff's Office says it's been working diligently on the case and that the FBI is already helping along with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. In fact, the TBI issued this Amber Alert on Sebastian the day after he disappeared. But Rogers says a fresh set of eyes is needed and that it's time for the department to hand over the reins completely to the FBI. For more now, we're joined by Seth Rogers, Sebastian's father, and Tony Mathis, a spokesman for Seth and also a family friend. Thanks so much for joining us. Seth, this is not the first time you've called for the FBI to step in and take over. Why do you think it's so important?
I don't want my son to become a cold case. And the way that I'm seeing things now, it'll be a cold case.
You mentioned that people are calling in with information. They're not getting calls back?
Well, they're not going to call back and let them know that they checked the information. What it is I've got people that have contacted me and been like, we found stuff. And we've contacted Sumner County to come pick it up to see if it has any relevance to my son being missing. And they just don't show up.
Tony, what do you think the chances are the FBI will, in fact, step in? They can't do that unless local officials there ask them to.
I think it's going to take great outlets.
Sorry, both of you can answer, but yeah. Tony, you first, then Seth.
I mean, I think what it's going to take is it's going to take networks such as yours to put a little pressure on them to let them know that either one, we want some confidence that they're getting somewhere in the case, which means a little communication with Seth, which we're not getting, or, we want them to elevate the case.
What do you mean, Seth? You're not communicating with police?
Sumner County, I don't believe that text messages are a valid form of communication. I can't tell anything from your tone or how you're speaking to me. It's just like sending somebody an email in response to their questions, but it actually has more to do with how you respond than what you responded with.
Seth, you have a theory about what may have happened to your son. We should say your son Sebastian has autism, so he might have. Would he have difficulty being out and about on his own?
I believe he would.
Okay, so what's your theory about what happened to him?
Well, my theory is not new. It's just the last thing that I've been informed of is Sumner County has, as they said, no evidence that he ever left the house.
What does that tell you?
My son is invisible inside of a house that nobody's in.
Well, that's not true. So what, seriously, what do you think? Do you think he's suffered some sort of foul play?
I don't know if there's foul play or not. I'm just stating that that's what they've told me. Well, if that's what you've told me in 3 months, let's have some common sense,
Seth, you also said that you got copies of some reports from Child Protective Services about how Sebastian was treated by your ex-wife. Is there anything you can tell us about what was in those reports?
No, ma'am. That is all confidential between me, DCS, and my attorney.
But you don't, and nobody thinks that anything in there might be relevant to what might have happened to him.
Sumner County has had these records since probably day one, maybe day two. I had to jump through hoops in order to receive them, or I was told I could go to Sumner County to receive a copy of them.
When we last had you on, we were hopeful that there was a picture that had been found from North Carolina of a boy who looked like your son. There's the picture. We're showing it right now. Whatever turned out with the picture, was this another false lead?
It took took them 8 or 9 days to track down the mom of the child.
So it was just
And
another boy who looked like Sebastian?
really, I mean, yeah, I've seen pictures of the gentleman next to his mom in front of a Christmas tree, and it's just like, man, I mean, was hope